Torsten, thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure, Harvey.
So, a Rolls-Royce SUV, how did this idea come about?
I mean, we had that idea a couple of years ago, and it was driven out of our own mind, but also driven by customers asking for it actively. And me being in contact worldwide with quite a lot of customers regularly, that came up more and more and more. And of course, we took that challenge also on the back that we have seen that there is a certain change in lifestyle, also in our segment, a certain change in customers, very important, getting younger and younger. And for that reason, it was time to move on with the brand and to move into that new territory and to bring Cullinan into the market.
So would you say that the luxury market has more of an active lifestyle than previous generations?
I would say the main differences compared to 15, 20 years ago is that the ultra high net worth individuals, so people who are able to afford a Rolls-Royce, are changing quite dramatically. They are getting younger and younger, year by year by year. And these people are different as well in their behavior and what they want and how they see and what they, let's say, require from luxury brands. Number one, and that was one key learning, is bespoke is king. You need to really be highly catering for individual needs in that segment. You need to make sure that your discerning clients can bring their own story into the creation of the product. That's number one, what is important. Number two is, we have seen a dramatic shift away from being chauffeured in a Rolls-Royce than to say, I want to drive myself. That's the reason why we also introduced more sporty cars like Wraith, the first fastback coupe ever in history, then Dawn later, Black Badge, which gave the brand quite a more darker, menacing character and atmosphere. And they also search for a kind of practicality in their lifestyle, interestingly enough, particularly younger ones. They want to take family with them, load the dog into the car, use a car daily, go up into the Alps, go to your Swiss chalet, and that is all very much supported by a car like Cullinan.
So specifically on Cullinan, when it came time to create the SUV, the decision was made. What were the benchmarks, things that you set out for yourself, for the company, to create this, ultimate SUV?
I mean, we called the whole project in the beginning Project Cullinan. And you know the story behind the rough diamond, the biggest ever found. We thought that was very well fitting also for that whole engineering process, which was started at the same time. Mm-hmm. What was extremely important for the engineers is that at the end of the day, and also the designers, it needs to be a Rolls-Royce. Easy to recognize, it needs to promise, and it needs to hold promises like magic carpet ride, the typical qualities, what a Rolls-Royce is all about: quality, finest materials, superb design, execution in perfection in all details. And now it comes. But of course, it also needed to cater to practicality, functionality, variability, so that you can load a car easily, so that you can use this car in all-day situations. You can use it for your hobbies, you can use it for your business. That we needed to fulfill what I would call are the basic requirements in the so-called SUV segment. And that was quite an interesting blend we got together, and this is now ready in form of Cullinan.
Right. What are the one or two things that you see executed in Cullinan that amaze you about what your team has been able to do here?
Attention to detail in everything we have done. For instance, that foldable and raising level in the trunk space, which allows you to through load easily, whilst on the other side it also prevents, due to that little kind of step in the back when you lower it, that things are just flipping forward, or just when you have only folded one part of your bench, things are just being thrown forward. And these little things, which are highly intelligent, which are also costly to do stuff like that, but which are what I would call Rolls-Royce engineering and perfection, so that we are not doing any compromises. Everything what you touch, what you feel, what you see in this car is Rolls-Royce. It is perfection in every detail. And that ends up that we have put foam into the wheels to make sure that the car has perfect ride qualities, to make sure that the car delivers a kind of magic carpet ride even on rocky off-road terrains. And that is quite an achievement I'm really proud about.
Do you see this car bringing a new customer to Rolls-Royce, or is it the same customer, just same type of customer buying?
No, I think we see new ones. As always, when we bring new product into the market, we want to see customers we haven't reached yet, and this will definitely happen as well with Cullinan. First reactions out of the market is that many Rolls-Royce customers, as you can imagine, love it. They all have multiple car garages, and for that reason many of them are already in the process to order a Cullinan in addition to their existing fleet. And then of course we also have quite a lot of customers who are driving currently SUVs and potential customers, and who now think that's the right proposition for me to move one step or even two steps up. And a car that is truly functional, a car that is versatile, and that also gives you enough space in the interior to claim that this is a real SUV. And our claim was, as you might remember, to build the Rolls-Royce of SUV. And I think Cullinan fulfills this kind of demand and proposition.
So what would you say to a non-Rolls-Royce owner who, we talked about this earlier, there are a lot of people who can afford a Rolls-Royce who choose not to buy one for one reason or another. What are they missing by not considering Rolls-Royce?
I would say for them, and we have seen that in the past also, there is a very decisive moment. They speak highly about the brand in general because they know the brand, because there is no problem with brand awareness around Rolls-Royce. What is not so well known with people who haven't been behind the wheel is what kind of capabilities our cars deliver today. How amazing it is to feel that waftability, that flight on land feeling, that magic carpet ride. Once you are in, you are fully and truly convinced that this is a fantastic car. Nothing to argue about. And that is super difficult to describe in words. So what we are doing is we are inviting many, many potential prospects and customers to say, Mr. Smith, here's your key, please feel free and check this car out. And the feedback always is remarkably positive. And we have converted by that kind of activities quite a lot of customers into Rolls-Royce, which previously have thought, not now, maybe later. But that experience was convincing. And then on top comes, allow me to mention that as well, we invite customers over to Goodwood, the home of Rolls-Royce, and once you have seen how our craftspeople build our cars, what kind of detail goes into every single car, these pieces of art, how I would call them, then you are truly convinced about Rolls-Royce. And we will fulfill and we will proceed with that kind of strategy again here with Cullinan. So we already have quite a lot of prospects who are interested, who haven't yet signed the full order for reasons that they first want to feel, how does this car drive? And that will happen end of next month when our dealers worldwide will get their cars, and then all test drive activities with customers worldwide will start.
Great. I think that's all my questions. Thank you so much.